and tell me how some of those movements felt. Every week, I'm going to give you new movements to challenge the mind and the body. We're going to reveal what you can and cannot do, but I need to know what you can and cannot do so that we can eventually do what we cannot do. Who wants to start? Katie? Oh, Mariah? I saw you reaching for your computer.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify one thing or a couple of things, and it's extremely basic, but I know I forget to do it because I end up with back troubles. And so I realized that like pretty much every time we're doing something with the arms, we're zipping up the lower, right? But on that last one, we still want to do that and protect the lower back, right?
Oh, you mean on the curtsy? The
Yeah,
curtsy.
on the curtsy.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
still like sucking it in.
Okay, so there's never one, you know me, Mariah, by now, there's never one set answer, and it's kind of like a blend of things. You want to be able to go in and out of, you need to, what eventually you'll learn, when do I unzip, when do I zip, when do I unzip, when do I zip.
Exactly.
You never are ever just in zip, and you're never ever just in unzip, okay? So that flow requires movement, okay? So let me just show you that movement a little bit, okay? So let's break it down. So if I'm here, I had to unzip to get here, right? But when I unzip, Mariah, it's not it's just a gentle unzip and then a gentle zip, right? So just so that there's movement. So to get back, I have to unzip but hold. And then when I step back, right, I'm still unzipping here, but I'm holding. I'm not dumping it down, right? So what you're talking about is you're wondering if you should be supported. No,
Exactly.
because when we're going back, you have to let movement happen. So you got to unzip but hold, but brace, right? And then when we're coming around, I wouldn't say it's a whole zip, but it's definitely a tiny zip. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Like, so there's also levels to that. Sometimes it requires a full zip. Sometimes it requires a full unzip. Sometimes it requires just a little zip, right? So like what you're saying is like when you go back into this unzip hold, maybe it's just a tiny zip, right? Just like here. So we could zip to the navel or we could zip to the middle part between our hips.
Okay.
What is that? How does that sit with you?
Yeah, that makes more sense because, I tend to overdo everything. Like if you say do it this way, then I just, you know what I mean?
Which is why I'm so glad you asked this question. And that's where we have to get out of that. One of the things that I struggle with AgeDEFY, especially people coming from the other, fitness worlds, is that you've been told exactly how to do something. And here in AgeDEFY, I'm kind of saying we kind of got to go in and out. You got to know when to do something and when not to. And it's fluid instead of rigid in a way. Like here in this position, you're always going to zip, but zip can look different. All right. So we just over time, you're going to let yourself not be stuck on exactly how to do things and let yourself see if you can be more fluid. And and also I think this will help, Mariah. When you go back, you have to unzip. When you come forward, you have to zip.
Mhm.
If you want your hips to go back, you have to zip. If you didn't let go of the zip, right? Like
Right.
this is what you would do. But with the zip, it allows this movement. But we can't just go unzip, and let nothing happen here. So that's where you're doing these like, do you see that little ever so slightly zip? It's just like
Yeah.
a lock. It's like I'm locking it in. So I unzip to get there, but then I lock it in at the back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I was doing. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And did you have any pain today?
Nope.
Okay, great.
It's all
That's
good.
awesome.
Great.